All right. So you can't see my face because where I am is quite dark. So just bear with me, all right? So some of you, you don't feel that um you're worth it. But whatever amount that you like, you stutter when it comes to putting a price to it. Some of you have not learned a lot or enough to start asking for clients to pay you. All right. You don't learn enough to start asking for clients to pay you because you feel I mean, you're still learning and it's okay. So somebody says, true, I fear people telling people my price and forcing them to charge low. Now it's normal. When you're starting, usually you're afraid to call a price so that they don't feel that it's so expensive and they run away. I'm going to show you a simple strategy that I use, all right, to increase my perceived value and make whatever price I call ridiculous to the customer or to the client so that it becomes outlandish for them to say no to my offer. All right. So these are some of the tricks I'll be teaching you guys tonight. But first and foremost, how do you get high paying clients? How do you get it? All right. Do you do like other people who wait for referrals? So if referrals don't come, if they don't refer their friends and family to you, then you don't feed. For example, if you're dependent on that, all right, or you depend on, saying I can do this for you, I can do that for you. Well, yeah, there's a place of marketing. There's a place where you get to market yourself effectively and position yourself as an authority. All right. But if you want to get client on demand, where as in you don't need to wait for the next client to come, like you are completely booked, how do you go about it? How do you get high ticket? How do you get clients on demand? And these guys are high ticket. When I mean high ticket, I'm talking about people who are willing to pay you at least from 50K, 100K and above, all right, for a service you're providing. And it's not going to be a one-off. All right. Now, the first thing you want to understand is there's something called a value ladder. I want you to type value ladder. If you are following, I want you to type value ladder. If you've read um, this guy's book, .com secrets, expert secrets, or traffic secrets, you should know what a value ladder is. If you don't, another assignment for you. But no, I'll tell you what a value ladder is. All right. But there's something called a value ladder. Good, good. Coach Trust is here. How are you, Coach? So a value ladder, you yourself as a high income skilled earner, you ought to have your value ladder. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. And I know Praise probably knows about this story because I think I've told that before. So there was a time that was in November, December, or I think October, November, December, when I was just learning about digital marketing. Then I was reading books, I was reading .com secrets, traffic secrets, expert secrets, and Sell Like Crazy by Sari Subi. And it was opening my eyes to all the things I could do, all right, for businesses, for business owners, especially local business owners around my area. I began asking myself, how can I get these people how can I get these people to pay me to build a sales funnel for them? That is maybe because what Russell Brunson said in his book is that for you, usually he has his charge. I think he said about 25% for every product or something. There's a way he called the pricing anyway. All right, and usually he says that okay. He talks about value ladder and how to get people to the front door. Like if you want them to sell, like you want them to pay you for your highest offer, for example. All right. You don't just walk up there and say, hey, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. All right. There has to be a way to get them through the front door or to get them to even begin a conversation with you. Though there's a way you can do that. And I'm going to be talking about these two methods. All right. The value ladder approach, all right, and the power offer approach, the value ladder approach, and the power offer approach. So there are two approaches you could use. So in December, I think in October, November, December, I was asking myself, how do I get clients? How do I get business owners to get me to build a sales funnel for them and charge them reasonably 50 to 100K? Even though then in fact, I think I did one. I did a funnel for myself that was teaching people how to never go away without making a sale, and to walk them through a sales page on my website then, that was david.ayome.com.ng. And after they read through the sales page, it will bring them to my WhatsApp. All right. I'll now take them through the training. And actually that sales page does the job already. But because I didn't really understand it, I'll now take them through a training and upsell them on my coaching or something, or being a sales page for them, or webinar for them, sales funnel for them for 5,000 naira. And it's with a beg. It was with a beg, like, please, you are paying me now. And very few of them were paid me that amount of money. Very, very few. All right. So, but I now, it's okay. Well, how can I get local businesses with physical store to pay me, at least let me build a funnel for them, maybe 20K, 30K, 50K. So what I'll do is this: I'll dress very well, go with my laptop and ask them this question. This is real life story. I'm not kidding you. Like, I would charge out to the street and walk up to a business and say, please, I would like to speak with your CEO or your whoever it is. Person, okay, what can I do for you? Like, how do you sell? For example, if the person is selling refrigerator, or maybe the highest item they are selling is maybe 1 point something million, right? For example. So how do you get to sell this particular item? How do you get to sell a refrigerator or this or that to a customer? And they say, we'll wait for a passerby or a customer to walk in. I said, what if I show you a way, right? Rather than wait for the customer to pass, and there's no guarantee that they're going to buy. What if I show you a way to get them to your front door, like to have a constant flow of clients or customers to your front door, who you can now ascend to your highest value? Would you want to take a look? Basically, like, well, yeah, okay. So I think, okay, I have a software that I can help you build a simple sales funnel. Like, I explain what a sales funnel is. I'll say that I can use it. So then I was using ClickFunnels. Excuse me. Guess what? I did not even know that you cannot use ClickFunnels for a third party. Like let's say you build a funnel inside your own ClickFunnels account for another third party. You can't do that. All right. You have to either use it as a model, like use the design as a model and build it on their website, or you get them to get a ClickFunnels account. All right. If you're following me, just type following. All right. If you're following me, type following. So I did this for a couple of times, and trust me, I was able to get a few people to listen to me, and some of them went ahead to pay me 5,000 naira for consultation fee. I'm not kidding you. I know, Praise, I think I must have told you about this. 5,000 naira for consultation fee. And I went ahead to build a funnel, and okay, this was it. I was willing to build a funnel for them for free. That was what got them. My goal was ultimately to, once I build this funnel for this particular offer, I will now and run ads for them. Okay, this was the problem. I was trying to build a funnel for them and also run ads for them, all for free. All right. So I got a few offers to do that, to build a funnel for them and run ads for them. And about a couple of them paid me 5K because, okay, my consultation fee is just 5,000 and all of that. And the rest, once I did this for you and you get results, we can now continue the relationship. My goal was to get them to be paying me monthly, to do offers for them, to run ads for them. But I can't just come and say, okay, come and do this for me. I can do this for you rather. That I was going to first and foremost be willing to give you something for free, which was to help you build a sales funnel. Now, this was me in 2020, who probably was less skilled and didn't know about pricing. So I priced myself so low that it was ridiculous. All right. But what I was trying to do then was I was going through the value ladder approach. I know that it's very difficult for me to walk up to somebody and say, hey, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, and so amount of money and all of that. And they're like, who the hell are you? Like, we don't even know you. Where did you come from? All right. But the fact that I went there with, okay, I want to get these guys into my front door first. Let them not pay me anything. And I know most of us know this approach. All right. Let me just give you a taste. Let me give you a taste of what I can do for you first and foremost. Then I can now ascend you up my value ladder. So yours might be a monthly retainership. You want them to be paying you monthly, to be running ads for them, to build funnel for them, to maintain their website, to audit their website, whatever it is you want to do for them. But you have to first and foremost lead with value. And it is going to be in your value ladder. So you have to draw. I wish I could show you guys how it looks like. You have to draw um your own value ladder. What does it look like for you? What are you leading with? How do you get those people to your front door so that you can ascend them up to your value ladder? All right. If you've not read that book, .com Secrets, please go read that book. It's very, very explanatory. All right. Yeah, so that's what I did, and it worked. See, if one can never beat you, you know, go get idea for head. I'm serious. Then I was desperate. I have to find a way to survive. Well, I led with value, and I got people I actually built several funnels for them. So what I did was that I will go on ClickFunnels, and I will now look at, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'll now get a design there. All right. I'll get a design there and now go back to WordPress. So you can see why what we learned on WordPress is very important. It's very important because your clients right now may not be able to pay for ClickFunnels $297 every month or $97 every month, depending on the package they're paying for. If it's premium, it's $297. If it's standard, it's $97. About $100. They may not be able to pay for that right now because they can't even see the value for what it is, unless of course you can effectively communicate that to them. So what I used to do then was I still have a ClickFunnels account. All right. I will use ClickFunnels to get my design and now go to WordPress and design the whole thing for them. But I was able to get them to listen to me. I was able to get clients to pay me at least that 5K self. Even if some of them may not call me back. All right. But I learned a lot from that experience. So you can use the value ladder approach. For you, what is your value ladder? How do you ascend your clients from not knowing you to wanting to where they get to pay you on a monthly retainership? What's the ultimate for you? For me, it was just beyond getting a monthly retainership, right? I was going to, okay, after a while, get me 2 or 3 of your employees that I can train. You pay for them, I will train them, and they will not be managing it. So if there's any issue where they need me from time to time, I'll just come around and So my goal was ultimately to get them to consult with them, to become a consultant to that company. That was the highest place I wanted to serve them at. And that's what your value ladder is. But I needed to lead first with value. So that is one approach. The other approach that I want to talk about is when you're starting with your power offer. Remember, I shared what was it called? I shared with you guys, some of us were in the community. I shared with you a document. All right. Yes. It's on Expert. No, it's on .com Secret. So I shared with you guys a document on power offer, how you can come up with crazy power offers for any niche you're working. Now, those power offers completely speaks to your high ticket clients. If you have not noticed, you are speaking to somebody directly that you want to work with. So let's say I want to work with somebody who wants to automate their MLM business, for example. I am going to create a power offer that speaks about everything they need to do to get it running, so that when they come into my funnel, or they see my ad and they click on it and it brings them to my funnel, I am going to quickly change the selling environment. For example, I'm sorry, this is all voice, all right? Probably I'm going to create a slide for this, and we're going to see what I'm talking about. So, for example, I said, if I personally offer to do so and so and so and so, some of us who have gone through that power offers, you understand what I'm talking about? And I break it down into everything I'm going to do for that client. And the person sees and says, okay, yes, this person actually is going to help me take off all the hurdle, the headache in automating my business. And the person goes ahead and clicks on the link, and it brings them, say, to my WhatsApp or to my sales page, for example. And it says, okay, book an appointment with me, because obviously, whoever I'm talking to is ready. This one is straight up. Like, we have to get into the conversation. You don't know how much I'm going to charge you for all of this. But what I want to talk about first is how I can do this for you. But we have to discuss what exactly do you want? But this is what I want to do for you. But what exactly is what is your own, like, how do you want it to be done? So I'm going to change the selling environment and get the person to probably book a call with me, or to book a session with me. It could be on Zoom, could be a voice call, whatever it is. And we get on that call, all right? And I ask questions. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So I don't usually people come to me and says, I want to run ads, for example. All right, I want to run ads. And I don't say, and what's your budget? This is my price. No. The first question I ask, and some of you may have been noticing, is, do you have a compelling ad video? So I have these three elements I usually walk every client through, all right? I call them the three elements of a winning ad campaign. I must have talked about this the last time. So it's a compelling ad video, all right? I talk about the compelling ad video, I talk about an irresistible offer, and a sales funnel, all right? And sales funnel is basically 70% strategy, 20% skill, all right? No, 20% copy, and 10% design. I repeat that. 70% is strategy, 20% is copy, and 10% is design. Some people, this percentage varies. It varies from person to person. All right. But I am more of a strategy person, because the bulk of the work is done in the strategy. So you have to first ask the client, what is your strategy? How do you intend to ascend these people? Do you want to go through the value ladder approach, or the high ticket, or the power offer approach? You can see how you understanding these two things for your business, for your clients, for yourself, can also help you decide on how you want to help them based on what they have. So if they don't know what this is all about, it's your job to explain to them, to understand, help them understand how these strategies happen, how they come together. Do you understand? So I ask the question. I say, do you have a compelling ad video? The person says, well, I just have 20% discount. I'm like, okay. Do you understand what copy is all about? Because see, guys, these people don't they think just to run ads, they just have a photo or a video that of you showing your hair, and you think people will buy? Like, it doesn't work like that. It's your job to communicate to them the things that are involved. You have to write a copy. You have to write a headline. You have to have an offer. You have to have okay, for example, now, a compelling ad video must have three elements: a hook, a story, an offer. I was speaking to Coach Ebere earlier. I was like, your hook must speak to the specific need of the target audience you are trying to attract. Like, we're talking about Frank Kern earlier, and we said that he just tells you, hello, my name is Frank Ken, and this is an ad. I'm going to sell to you. Before I sell to you, I'm going to give you value. I mean, radical transparency. And he's speaking to you. He talks about just want to sell more things on more stuff online. So he's speaking to business owners, speaking to people, internet marketers. All right. He's very clear on his message. He's very clear on his offer. He has a hook, great hook. He has a story. He has an offer. Does this client understand any of these things, or do they have them? So by the time you begin to break it down for them, they can say, "Oh, more. This one will be something where I just can't, just one jump, can't do." Are you getting my point? Begin to run them through all of these categories, letting them know that, say, see, it's going to take some serious brainstorming between you and I to come up with all these things. So you now go to an irresistible offer. What offer are you giving these people? Beyond just 50% off, 30% off. What else are you bringing to the table that would wow your customers? I explain to them, they say, see, once you can get these three elements together, almost, you have won 99% of the battle. What will not be left is just targeting and the ad itself. Because that's where the bulk of the work is. It's in the strategy, it's in the work. So you don't just say, okay, this is what I want to price, what I'm going to charge you. You tell them, you walk them through the process first. Let them understand the value you are bringing to the table. There's no way they will pay you below what you're calling, unless, of course, you're not a very good negotiator. I have been able to win several clients with this strategy. Several. In fact, one recently came to me and said, and she wants to, okay, I did a two-day training for them in Abuja. I don't know if she's on the call. Let me check. Okay, let me just check because I made it very public. Okay, she's not on the call. So I did a two-day training there in Abuja, and she saw the value of what I gave to them. I gave them so much more than what they paid for. I'm always doing that. It's something I learned from Sam Harvard. She now said, okay, and she wants me to help them record their video. She wants me to do a video recording. I've never done a video recording before for a presentation. Like I should do something like what we have in Lenoflix. I should do it. I said yes. Say if I can do it or somebody, I say yes, I will take it. So she sent me all the thing, and I went through it. And I said, oh, more, this is going to take a lot. So I now booked a strategy session with her to walk her through step by step on all the things it's going to take first. If I won't call price, I don't know if I won't call price. I spoke with Sam Harvard. I was like, don't tell nothing less. See, anything between 100 and 500K is what you should be collecting. But I cannot say 500K or 200K. Why? Value justification. And that's where all of this comes together. So you have to understand your own, first and foremost, you have to understand your value ladder. How do you want to get your clients to your front door? Then ascend them to where you want them to go, to the place you want to serve them the highest. How? Do you want to give them something free or a 30-minute session? I remember late last year, October 24th precisely, I booked a session with Ubon King. Actually, it was supposed to happen it was in September, but it was already booked completely. It was in a free session. Some of us might see that on social media. And we spoke. He was supposed to speak for 15 minutes, ended up speaking for like 20 minutes. And he was the one that actually made me understand that a goal without a target is useless. And that's why I've been sabotaging myself all this while. And at the end of it, he made me an altar call. That's what I usually call it. He said, you can have 2-3 hour session with me, 100K and all of that. I was willing to pay. If I had the money, I would have paid because he gave me value. He gave me value. So you have to understand that people will not just give you their money without them understanding why they are giving you their money. It's your job as the marketer, as as a high income skilled earner, to make them see why. So when they now ask, okay, how much do you charge? Like the lady that walked up to me on Instagram, I said she had 3 people in mind, but I was actually the first person she thought about. Excuse me. She said I was the first person she thought about, and she reached out to me. And I didn't go for the price immediately. Though, yes, there was a point, at some point I asked her, what's your budget? And she said it's 50,000 naira. I wanted to say, I don't deal with clients below 50,000. I said, I listened on. I said, okay, let's hear it. Let's share it. So, and I walked her through all these elements. I won't offer to direct the video for her. Like I'll be there when she's doing the shooting. I'll write the script. All of this without even calling the price yet. By the time I call the price, it will be hard for her to say no. Remember that TVA off? When the offer becomes greater than the sacrifice, what happens? Who can remember? When offer becomes greater than sacrifice. Yeah. Give up value before you sell. Yeah, what's the name of the book? Okay. Coach. Yeah. You've forgotten that. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. So these are some of the ways you can get high ticket clients. Now, for the power offer, you can create your own power offer. That power offer swipe I gave to you guys is gold, guys. You guys are not taking advantage of it. Maybe I'll delete it from the page. See, you can create your own power offer, edit it from there, and use it to shoot a video. As a matter of fact, if you want to run an ad, let's say you have an ebook, Justice, you reach out to me this evening, you want to write and you want to have a copy, you want a copy and they say I should go through it. Ebere, the same thing. Just look at that powerful swipe. I mean, edit something and use it to rehearse. Make sure you understand your target audience very well. I want to speak to. You rehearse and use it to shoot a video, and you can set it up to run. You are attracting only high ticket clients with that. That's what it means. Because when they come on board, they already see what you're going to do for them. All right. When they come on board, they are coming to discuss with you. So how do we begin? That's what it means. But if you want to use other value ladder approach, then it means you have to first and foremost approach them with a tripwire offer, a freebie, or some free consultation, or something that just gets them to want to listen to you. Then you can now ascend them on your offer. So you can say, okay, after you've done this for them. All right. If you want to do it monthly, this is what I charge monthly, or this is what I do this for. That's how you go about it. That's what I did, and it still works. So I'm going to bring somebody up right now, all right, who was able to land a high ticket client, all right. He is still learning these skills. Now, before I bring him up, I know some of us are still learning these things, but from the thing you've learned, you can use it to start making money. For example, last week we learned about how to audit a website. How many of you have gone back to watch that video? Okay, I just dropped it today. How many of you have gone back to watch that? So you can just pick a website right now and audit it for them and say, I have done something. That's actually the value ladder offer, for example. So you help them audit their website and you send the free reports to them and so you can actually, this website so needs so and so and so and so. And I can actually help you build a sales funnel that you can sell that particular item only. And this is what I'm going to give you. So I'm going to charge you there. I can help you to drive traffic there. It's as simple as that. If you are not competent enough to drive traffic, bring it to the house. We will help you. We will rally around you and say, okay, fine. You want to drive traffic? Which traffic source you want to use? Want to use Facebook, on Instagram, whatever it is you want to use, we will rally around you. Do you understand? What you have is enough. You don't need to master everything before you start making money from these skills already. There's a high demand for high income skilled earners like you, like me. There's a high demand for it. You just need to know how to position yourself as an authority. Don't go there begging. Go there as an authority, as a voice, somebody who knows what he or she is doing. So I'm going to bring one person up here who, excuse me, has been able to secure a high ticket offer. I mean, it was able to secure a high ticket client. All right. And I remember when this guy started, it's so fresh in my memory. I remember I called him up. All right. And he was like, oh, well, I don't know. But well, let's see. And he got started. And he just reached out to me one day, Omo, I have closed my first high ticket sale. I didn't even know how he did it. So I'm going to bring him up to just share with us some of the strategies he used, all right, to close that deal and what we can learn from that. All right. So I'm going to bring up no other person than Wilson Chimezie, my personal person. All right, let's just give some boom for him as he takes the virtual stage. All right, Wilson, you're up.
Okay, thank you so very much, David. Thank you so very much, Coach. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here. I trust everyone can hear me. Yes, if you can
Yeah,
hear
we
me,
can hear you.
okay, brilliant. All right. So though I wasn't planning to do this, but because Coach Dave had requested, actually the first time I would call it like a breakthrough. The first time I closed this particular deal, I told him, he was like, okay, I need to come up, in the 90-day challenge to share. And I said, there were still a couple of things that I was still working through, just like he said. I haven't, I'm still trying to master this, okay, before I get to share it. But since he said it's okay, let me just come, share my testimony and all of that. So good and fine. He has said it all. In fact, now I even understand a bit more what actually happened. Like, I didn't even have an understanding that, okay, the value offer and then the power offer thing. So I understand that it was a power offer move that I pulled, and I closed that. So this is basically what happened before um, I got to this point where I'm going to be sharing with you. First, in January, when Coach Dave came on board, I saw the whole affiliate marketing thing. I just needed to learn a skill and all of that. So I started with that. Um, then I started sharing on my status. I remember for the first 2 months, I think, yeah, was over a month or thereabout. I didn't make any sale, and then I made 2 sales and thereabouts, and I think it was in March that I started making sales. Then uh, why I noticed that when I started, because you need to position yourself. That's the most important thing. First of all, is mindset, because you cannot close a high ticket deal if you do not believe that you are worth a high ticket deal. Yeah, that is, if you do not believe that you're worth that amount of money, you can't close it. It's not gonna work. So I understood that what helped me is that the more I learned the skills on Lenoflix and I became more proficient, at least to a certain level, I had capacity to run ads. I had capacity to do some of the things that I said that I could do, to drive traffic basically. That increased my confidence level. And so when I began to put out things, even just on my WhatsApp status and all of that, I remember the first person that came to me said, she had a particular product, okay, that she wanted to sell, and how would it go and how would it go? And then I started walking her through. From that particular client, I think I did repeatedly a total of almost 500,000, just one client. But it didn't come. It didn't come immediately. It was coming, back to back. Do 100, then maybe 150, and then and it was all centered about this skill. All right, building landing pages, building sales funnels, running ads, setting up all of that, and then I was pricing. Okay, back to back, 50,000, 100,000, 120,000, or thereabout. But I came to understand something, that the more I added, the more I developed myself with the skills on Lenoflix, the more my confidence level increased. The more my confidence level increased, the more I saw myself that that I was actually worth more than whatever it is that I will be charging. So I couldn't charge less. So I remember the sales funnels training, and I think that's one of the turning points for me. And I can't thank you enough, Coach Dave. The sales funnel training, the moment I learned that, I stepped up my offers. So this is what happened. I had a conversation with somebody, and what you need to understand is that the people who will pay you high tickets are not far. They are in your present contact. They are around you. Okay. So I think there was this uh, person just in my church, and we just had a simple conversation. Like, okay, so what do you do? What do I do? I said, okay, this is this is what I do. All right, I'm a personal development trainer and also a digital marketer. And then I had to explain that. You know, when you say you're an affiliate marketer or you're a digital marketer or whatsoever it is that you say, if you don't explain to people what that thing is and how it can actually help to benefit them in real time, then the thing is just something that is shabby. And you will not be able to explain, all right, who a digital marketer is or who an affiliate marketer is if you are not proficient in the skill, if you have not handled it, if you're not practicing this thing real good. So I sat him down very briefly and I told him, this is what I do. I actually help clients to businesses to generate, to get more leads and close more businesses. In other words, they get more clients, all right, and all of that. And he said, this is quite interesting. So tell me more. So I told him a bit more. And then I told him, like, whatever business it is, whether it is services, whether it is products, I'm the person you need to reach out to. I can guarantee you I'm going to 10 times the number of people, clients that you get. I'm going to 10 times the number of leads that you get. And I'm going to help you to close more businesses, 10 times more. Now, I'm not a popular name that he knows. All right. But why would he pay attention to me? And then he told me that, okay, what's going to happen is that he's going to come back. Now, I understood something, that when I introduced who I was and what it is that I do to him, it was not because the reason why he bought into me was because of the conviction that I had. You see, I was not just saying something, just something that was quite impressive. I was saying something that I really understood how to do. I could run the ads, I could build the sales funnel, I could do all of that. So the next thing he said was, okay, he would talk to his partner, his business partner, and then let's connect. And then, all right, good and fine. And then we had to schedule a day where I'll go meet the business partner. Turns out that his business partner owns a school. So I dressed up that day looking all posh, looking all good, took my laptop with me because I understood, just like Coach Dave said, you have to demonstrate for people. People don't understand all these things that you want to come. A simple demonstration will save you from saying too much. So I just took my laptop with me, got to the school. All right. Turns out that his business partner is the owner of the school. Got to the school and I said, what do you want? And then she told me that, okay, she has a personal brand that she wants to, take out there. And then the school, she wants to also increase the number of pupils that will register there, just like Coach Dave said. So I sat down. I didn't charge her anything. I didn't tell her this is how much. So I spent 1 hour with her trying to find out. I told her this is what I do. I showed her, the interesting part is I opened up my laptop to show her some of the things that I had done. Then I showed her the sales funnel that we had built. All right. During the 90-day challenge, showed her, some of the other, funnels that I had in work in that was still in process. But that was it. That was more than enough. And we just explained. I just spoke to her, listening in to find out what her problem is and the strategies that we could create. So I just took a simple sheet of paper and drew out the entire process. Okay, this is how it's going to go. And then these are the things that you're going to be needing, a sales funnel, this, that. And at the end of the day, I told her, okay, this is what we're going to, you need for your personal brand. And then this is what we're going to need for your school. And then once we have this going. Now, like I said, I transferred my conviction again. Then she said, okay, so how much is it going to cost? I said, all right, what's going to happen is I'm going to get back to you. Okay. And I'm going to go put all of this together. Then I'm going to get back to you. So when I went back, I did a formal proposal with everything based on everything that we have said, branding the school in it. And then I created an estimated invoice and I charged 1 million. All right. So, which was $1,000 for her personal brand and then $1,000 for the school. I even felt I charged less. I still think I charged less actually. She called back and then she was like, "Oh no, nah, she can't pay this. Can she pay, like maybe 500 for both of them and blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Okay, listen, this is what's going to happen. All right. Because of the person that got me linked to you and all of that, we closed at 800, and then she made an initial deposit, first of all, of for the first one for 400, which was when I called Coach David to let him in on that. So I'm still working on that because, like Steve Harvey says if you do something once, you want to do it 10 more times. Okay, so in all, this is the key to everything. I've come to realize that it begins with that mindset. If you don't have a shift, that is why the most fundamental thing on LAP for me is in that 90-day training. That's section that Sam Harvard had with us, where he talked about your financial thermostat. That's where it begins. Once you are able to, for some of us, this amount is like, wow, can I even charge that? I even think it is little now, because of the level of work that is involved. So, but I can't just go out there and say, okay, come pay me maybe $10,000 just like that when I have not yet increased my level of value, to be able to demand that. Because I have been able to learn these particular skills to this particular level and I'm able to apply it, my confidence level has increased to that level, and then I can do that. So the more proficient you become in the use of this skill, the more you are able to um, um, the more you are able to put yourself out there. So I'm not even struggling. I'm not even trying to, be all over the place, because I now see that, listen, if I can have access to this, then there is more out there. And then the client I'm working with by herself, is already like, listen, man, you're so phenomenal, and I love the way you're changing stuff for me, and you're doing so much. I'm going to be recommending you to a whole lot of folks. But just like Coach David said, did you wait for people to recommend people to you? No. So in closing, in closing, the principle is this. I remember when Coach David called me in January, I did not even have the 10,350 to pay. All I had was 5K. He called me. He was the one that even made up the 5,000 for me. All right. And then I did that. But I understood that I had an objective. And my objective was very simple, that I was going to, and I told him then that I wanted to learn this skill so that I can use it for myself. So, because that was my mindset, my focus has always been to learn these skills, because I know that the moment I learn these skills, then the money issues will be taken care of. And then that's what has helped me. So, and then thank God for the path framework as well. Every single thing I've come to understand that, and it's not more than 3 or 4 skills. I don't think it's even up to 4 that I'm using yet. I'm still learning the rest. And the more I'm able to add these skills to myself, the more I'm able to develop more confidence, and then the more I'm able to charge more high tickets clients. So anybody can do it. There's no Superman in this thing. It's about you positioning yourself, putting yourself out there. All right, knowing that you are worth this particular amount of money, and then, like I said, understanding that it begins with your mindset and you believing that you deserve this, and then you would start attracting these people to yourself. So that's the much I can say for now. Like I said, the people that the high ticket people that you are looking for, that will pay you the 50, the 300, the 500,000, the 1 million, they are within your present contacts now. The one you will start with, they are within your contacts roundabout. So that's about it. Thank you so very much, Coach. Um,
Ooh, Plenty value. Thank you very much, Wilson. Super proud of you and congratulations once again.
Thank you so
Like
much.
it's
Thank you
so
so much.
unbelievable. Like just so unbelievable. I I personally didn't see this coming myself, but I'm grateful for you. I know your journey. Uh and I thank God for where you're going. Congrats, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach. You've been phenomenal. My story is still cooking. And
Yeah.
like people, I must tell you, follow this man, listen to him. It's amazing how somebody will go from having only 5,000 naira in January, and then doing 1 million, from just one deal, in July. I mean,
Crazy.
that's
Insane.
that's 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 amazing.
That's
Thank you so very much, Coach Dave. I mean, thank you for that call. Thank you. Listen, your follow up, the people, the follow up you're doing, you're not just you're not just you're not just selling a
You're not just
product.
calling to like close them, you're building
Yeah,
relationships, yeah?
you are building relationships, and you don't know
Yeah,
whose
that's the
life
end
you're
of the
going to be
phone.
changing by bringing them on
Yeah.
board. That you don't know whose life you're going to be changing. You just don't know. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, Coach Dave. Thank you,
Okay, so
thank you,
that
Leno Flix. It's amazing. Thank you.
was all right. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you for sharing. We're super excited for you, and that's what we're talking about, guys. Like anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I was going to bring one more person. All right, Justice. I know Justice has closed a high ticket before from a foreign client. I know he shared this earlier on, much earlier, but I want him to just talk about that briefly. All right. He closed. This was a foreign client whom he had never seen before, but this person paid him, I can't remember, I think over 100,000 naira or so, all right, to help her do something. So, Justice, could you just talk about that for a while? Just walk us through how did you get that woman to pay you that amount of money to, to do that job for her? 200 pounds. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Justice, you're up.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for the privilege. I'm just going to share a little experience about that, and I believe we are all going to learn one or two things from it. Okay. Let me just give a little background of how we actually met. I am more active on Facebook than on Instagram, and
Okay.
most of the sales that I make today are from Facebook. It's just Lenoflix that introduced me to Instagram, sincerely speaking, and I must thank Lenoflix for that. Seriously.
Okay.
So I've actually been giving out content on Facebook. I actually belong to several groups, especially network marketing groups.
Okay.
So I usually dish out content, and the woman saw me on Eric Worre, this GoPro group. I don't know if you know about such a group.
Yeah, I'm in
So
that group too. I used to be.
exactly. So she's a network marketer, and she's in the UK, by the way. So while she saw my content, so she sent me a friend request. Now this was happening. I started building this since January, no, since December 2020. So she sent me a friend request and I accepted it, and then she chatted me up that she has been seeing my content on the group and that she liked it. So we started chatting, and then I sold her an ebook, a course, and an audio that I produced on how to get prospect using Facebook groups and pages. I think that was around £10. Yes, that was £10. I sold it to her, and it was actually easy for her to buy it. Hello?
So that was like your low ticket offer that got her into your funnel, your value ladder. Yeah, that was what you did
Exactly.
to get her to, started ascending her up your value ladder. Yeah.
Exactly. So I sold her the course, and then she started doing it, and she was getting some results. And then she said, I then introduced, okay, that what if she can actually learn Facebook ads, how she can now be able to automate the whole process. In other words, she doesn't have to be manually sending people messages on Facebook, rather people will see her message, her video or about her business, and then we'll send her we'll send her a message or either come to her WhatsApp. And then she actually loved it. She asked how can she do it? I said through Facebook ads. And so I recommended, okay, this was after 1 month she bought the training because I wanted to give her time so that she can use what she bought and then see some results. So after 1 month, now this was in okay, this was after 1 month I recommended the stuff to her. And then just like that, she started using the stuff and she was getting results. And then she said, okay, now she wants to see how she can automate the whole process. In other words, she doesn't want to be sending messages to people. And then I recommended Facebook ads to her, that Facebook ads is going to make sense to her. And to her, the money I charge is actually small, that £200. And sincerely speaking, if I had known, I would have charged her more. Because when you convert £200 to Naira, it's a big money to me. Like those days, it was actually a big money. So I was actually thinking, okay, what if I had told this woman, pay me £1,000 and I will teach you this? I believe even if she doesn't pay £1,000, she will pay something close to that.
Yes, because it was easier for her now to now pay you that amount because she has gotten value from you already.
Exactly. But right? this I never knew this. I just said, okay, let me just, I was just thinking the local man stuff, £200, convert it over 100K. So I was, we actually closed the deal. That was in, was it March, June, something like that. That was when I closed the deal and she paid. She actually paid me through Paystack though. It was literally easy for her to pay. So she paid through Paystack. And so what I actually did was simple. I started by giving out value in the group I belonged, and that attracted her. And I sold her something very minimal that wouldn't look like it. Remember, I am a Nigerian, and we have this bad name out there that we are scammers. So I was just thinking, okay, what can I do so that to reduce that fear of losing money? And that was why I decided to come up with that little course about how to use Facebook groups, which was about around £10 that she paid. And it was easy for her to do. And then in that process, I was now communicating with her. I was asking her how she was doing, and I got to build a relationship. Wow. So I think the thing there is building relationship. Once we are able to build relationship, people can pay us any amount of money. And let me also share this. That same period, that same period, March, was it March yet? Going to June, yeah? That was in June, exactly, June. March, April, May, June. Okay, no, not March, not June. That was April, yeah. I remember vividly. It was in April that this happened. It was same thing. I closed one client in South Africa. I don't know if I shared that story also. I closed a client.
You didn't share it.
Oh, sorry about that. I actually closed a client in South Africa until today. Like that woman has been buying stuff for me, and she doesn't buy stuff less than $100. I don't sell anything less than $100 to her. Whatever I'm selling to her it's either $100 or something, except for one that I actually sold. I think it was $60 just to craft out a headline for her Facebook post. That was just it. I charged her $60. So it was still the same process, like building relationship. I first of all gave value, of course. I gave value, and then we also wanted to build that trust. And from there, I started selling to them. So the thing is this. It's about building relationship. Once we're able to build relationship, it's literally easy for people to actually, of course, the essence of the building relationship is for trust, for people to trust us. Because once people trust us that we can actually deliver whatever amount we call for them, they will buy. Like what I'm doing at Coach Dave, I showed you something. I sent you a link this evening. Now,
yeah, you did.
that book I'm selling actually have a higher offer in that book. In other words, that book is just to get people to the door. I have something bigger that I want to
It's
sell
a
to them.
tripwire offer.
Exactly.
Tripwire. Also,
That's actually what I'm doing. All the links and everything is and they read and they get value. I am sure that some of them will click through to learn more. So that is what I can say. Just building a relationship is very, very important when it comes to closing high ticket sales.
wow.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you so much, Justice. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be outlining key giveaways and key takeaways. But before I do that, you notice that both of them have distinct strategies. They follow Justice Wilson followed the value ladder approach, all right, or the value offer approach, and no, the power offer approach. Why was Justice followed the value offer approach. All right. He first gave her value, all right, and upsold her on his 10 pounds ebook on how to do so and so. Then ascended her higher to a 200 pounds Facebook ads training. All right. Ultimately, Josie should have another offer where he can have her in his mentorship program, my mentorship, 500 pounds per month, for example. And because of the level of trust he has built with her, she might just pay him. It'll be easier for her to pay him because he has already benefited from what he has to offer, and she has seen that whatever he has to offer is value. All right, it's valuable rather. And there's one thing that Justice did that I really like is that he kept the communication open. He did not close that communication. He kept it open. He kept talking to her. Okay, so you have you gone through it? Did you get value? What was it like? And blah, blah, blah. And, kept that communication loop open. He didn't was not just after the sale. Let me just sell the book and I go home. No. See, ultimately, your goal is to get these people to become, put you on a retainership. Right, to become recurrent customers or recurrent clients that pay you every month, or depending on the time frame you want. But it will not happen immediately. Now, Vikinwe is here. Okay, Vikinwe is a classic example of that kind of relationship building, and thank you, Ikene. Relationship building, and but yes, keep the conversation going. Of relationship building and value offer approach. I also met Vikinwe in a Facebook group, all right, sometime last year, and I just went through her page. I talked about this before and saw that she was doing live videos constantly, like I used to do on Facebook, and I just liked and engaged and commented and sent her a very thoughtful message on her DM without sending her a friend request. And that's how they started. And we started talking about sales funnel, all kinds of stuff. And we kept on and on and on and on and on until there was a need for us to connect on WhatsApp. And we connected on WhatsApp. I never said anything to her. I just kept on doing my own thing. And we just kept talking. I knew she was into network marketing. I didn't sell my own network marketing opportunity to her. She didn't sell it to me. We respected our spaces. And we just kept on until there was a time she needed somebody to be this funnel for her. And guess who was the person she thought about? It was me. I think I was with her on the MLM automation and all of that. And she actually understood everything. Just needed somebody to build a funnel for her. And the first thing I talked about was strategy. You won't believe that. She's here, right here. Like she's listening right now. The first session I had with her, I think it was like a whole day session. She paid me 50,000 naira. True or false, madam? You are here. 50,000 naira. True or false? Oh yeah, confirm what I'm saying. Oh, exactly. True. And I did not just go and say you're going to pay me 50,000 naira. She came and we spent a whole day walking through every strategy step by step. Every strategy step by step. When I called the 50K, she just and she paid the money because it was almost impossible for her not to pay because I had given her value. But I didn't just jump in and say, yeah, now come and pay me 50,000. That's what I'll do for you. She won't listen to me. It's a classic example. So you have two approaches, guys. The value ladder approach or the value offer approach and the power offer approach. Which works best for you? If you're somebody who's already has stuff going like Justice, you have some offers, some people have offers. You may not have anything. You might just have some books you've read, some things you learned before. Compare them together. And maybe just do a summary of everything and put them as a book, as a copy, and let people have it for free, or even put a small amount like Justice is doing, 1,000 naira. And what you want to sell to them is right there. Like when I paid for Frank Kern's book, he said 3 courses for something for the price of one or something. I bought it. Actually, he now upsold me on other things. I paid more money than I actually thought I was going to pay. You know, it was for $4, but I ended up paying over $100. I want to share that kidney with you guys because I said whatever course I buy, you guys will have access to it for free. One of them was that power offers I shared with you guys. All right. And that's how he got me. And several others like that. Because they make it so they make it as in it's like a substitute, whatever it's going to, no, not substitute, it's complementary. You will need that as well, all right, to actually get the full gist. Like so a person would say, identify buyers on heat. All right, identify buyers on heat. Never sell something without adding maybe an OTO, one-time offer, or a downsell, an upsell, whatever it is. All right. So always in your own business, in your own, always make sure that you're not just selling one item. Bundle it up. But first and foremost, think about your value ladder. How do you want to ascend these guys? Do you want to ascend them through first a tripwire or a free consultation, a free offer, or you want to use a power offer approach, whereby you go through that power swipe I shared with you and look at how so if you want to use that, think about what is the highest point I want to serve my customer, and you create a power offer from there, and you can use an image and a text, or you can use that same script to do a video and put it out there. Rehearse as many times as possible. Ebere is not here. Ebere needs this more than any other person, but she's not here. Rehearse like as many times as possible, then go and put it out there and see if you not attract the exact kind of client you want to work with, who will jump on a call with you saying, okay, so this is what I want to do, how can you help me? Guys, let's continue on Thursday. I hope you got value though. I hope you got value for your time. I hope you learned something. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Those of us who joined, who are not members of the community, you still have an opportunity to do that. If you're not yet members of LenoFlix, these are some of the things you get. All right. When you join LenoFlix, if you already joined LenoFlix, you're part of the community, just reach out to me or reach out to the person who dropped the link to you. And let's see how we can get you. We've done trainings on YouTube ads, Facebook ads, not Facebook ads, Instagram ads, sales funnel, SEO. These are skills that you can begin to apply and make money. Don't somebody might just jump on now today and start the thing you have been learning for years, especially don't use it to blow and you just be there looking like Mumu. I'm so sorry, but you need to act fast and you need to be proactive as well. All right. So thank you for being here. I hope you got value. If you got value, type value. If you got value, type value. Yeah, okay, awesome. Guys got value today. Great. Awesome. All right. So this was recorded, so I'll make it available for everybody. Always go back and listen and just go over them again. I hope it helps you. All right. So thank you. I am still reading Copywriting Secrets. I don't know about you. I am still reading Copywriting Secrets. I will not stop reading. This is my secret. I'm always onto something. I'm always reading something. I'm always growing myself. I'm always watching a video on YouTube. I'm always getting a course. I'm always onto something. I discovered that to the degree I grow myself, it's to the degree people are willing to pay me. All right. To the degree I grow myself, it's to the degree that people are willing to pay me. I will not stop investing in my personal growth. I will advise you to do the same. At this point in time, you guys are already mature. You know what to do, I assume. All right. So let's just call it a night already. Thank you very much and have an amazing night rest. So I think we can just unmute ourselves and say good night to those who want to. You have the capacity to do that. Just say good night. Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Take care.
Thank
Good night,
you
everyone.
for